Hey everybody, welcome back to the Harvest Insights channel. This is Elisa, and I have been working on a little tool that I think that lots of market researchers will love, because what is one of the most tedious jobs we have to do, and that is QCing a survey. So I am working on building an agent that will help to check termination points, skip logic, piping, all that kind of fun stuff that we spend hours doing. I'm going to be using a survey that I wrote for my daughter's soccer team, which, by the way, they're going to the state finals tonight. Very exciting. I wrote this survey in part, I thought, obviously we need feedback on the season, but also this is a great test case for using Claude to QC surveys. So what I have done is I've written an agent. I've kind of walked it through how I would normally test a survey, the spreadsheet that we use, and I've asked it to point itself at this survey. I haven't tried this before, so this is a little bit of an adventure to see what happens. But I'm going to pull over the screen that it's doing it on now, and I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see it actually work. But while it's doing that, I did want to point out that the way that I am having Claude access my browser is through a plugin. You can see it up here. This is the plugin that you can download for Chrome. I also wanted to mention that even though I work in Claude every single day, I still have a little anxiety. I have some personal trust issues, so I have given it its own browser. So you can see it says AC up here. That's Elisa's Claude. And Elisa's Claude actually has its own Gmail account. I don't give it access to my personal email, but instead, if I need it to do something related to email, or I want to email it things so that it knows, like, hey, I need to take action on this email, everything goes into my Claude Gmail account. And that's all it has access to. And then it can access surveys, or it can do search right in its own browser, so it doesn't have access to anything that I would do on my own browser, my own email, etc. So it's just an idea for you all if you're going to give it access, and it is super helpful if it can access your browser. Let's give it a minute. I'll come back when it has some actual work done here. Okay, excellent. So you can actually watch it. It's walking the survey. And again, since this is the first time I've done this, we will be able to kind of get a sense of how long it's taking and how many credits it's using up as it does it. Right now, I haven't actually given it access to the back end of Qualtrics to do anything. So I suppose that I could log it into Qualtrics and have it be looking at the programming, but I didn't do that. I thought it would be better if it took the survey like an actual respondent, but I don't know. I'm kind of going back and forth on whether that's going to be more efficient or having it actually look at the back end of the survey programming. Let's see how long this takes, and we'll go from there. But it is fun to kind of watch it go through. Okay, so it's been maybe 3 or 4 minutes. It's run through the survey once fully, and then it identified some issues which I left in to see if it would catch. Let's see. So this grid is missing a code 3. I think I deleted 3, so that's fine. I'm not worried about that. The thing I wanted it to catch was that some of the lists weren't randomized. And let's see, I'll just show you what it ended up doing. Okay, here, critical finding, question 3 and 4 orders are identical to session 1. So it ran through the survey once, then it went back because it needed to check to make sure that things were randomized, and the only way it knows to do that is to keep running through the survey again. So it did that again and recognized that, these are not randomized. And I watched it. It went through to that question, and then it was like, okay, those aren't randomized. Go back up, hit restart. It did it again, realized they're definitely not randomized, and I'm thinking that any minute now. It also told me that it was going to, we negotiated like screenshots because obviously I want it to prove what it's saying is accurate. So I asked it to take screenshots of any errors that it found. And then it was like, do you want me to take screenshots of every screen? I was like, no, we do not need screenshots of every screen. We just need where there is an issue. All right, so it looks like it's finishing up. Let's see. It's not quite ready to, there it is. So let's see what it came up with. All right, so let me see if I can just open this so it'll be a little bit bigger. Okay, so here is the output. Okay, this is a checklist that we worked on like what things it needed to check. And now here is the issue log. Severity. This thing is obsessed with like telling the severity and helping you like prioritize your work. It's definitely given me a very detailed outline of what the problems were. Oh, and then yes, we were working on a taxonomy of issues. So you can see issue type here. That was one of the things that it was really seemed excited to make a taxonomy of issues. But this looks pretty thorough and easy to follow, so I think I'm actually pretty happy with this. Now, if I found something that I didn't like let's say I don't really need this whole severity thing. If there's a problem, it's a problem. We need to fix it regardless. So I could just go in and tell it, remove the severity column. And then it also left room for me so I can note when I fix it, and then it can go in. And I bet if I told it to go in and recheck, it would fill in this fixed verified by, and it would say Claude and the date. So kind of is working as a part of my team in this situation. I'm going to continue to test it on, various surveys just to see give it some errors that I would expect it to find and just see how it works. This could potentially save a decent amount of time going through to QC surveys, especially for things that are more tedious to QC, like randomizations, like termination. This survey didn't have any terminates, but it would be fun to see it kind of go through the iterations to make sure every term is working. So yeah, hopefully this will be a great new asset to our team in speeding up our ability to get surveys into the field. Have a great day.